Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to be running all the football operations at Manchester United. Even Fabrizio Romano is gonna hate, obviously, confirmed to us the following: that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his Ineos group set to run Man United sporting plans. It means the new co-owner will be able to decide on the manager, director of football, and similar positions. That is what Fabrizio Romano went ahead to put out today, and I had to obviously come in through and obviously have something to say about it. They've come in late, but never say never. We are here to obviously present to you the best of what you guys really deserve to be getting to know from we, the people doing the needful onto this channel. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really having a wonderful Sunday as we get into yet another week starting on Monday. So subscribe, because we want to hit 16,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and I'm here to obviously discuss things concerning Manchester United. Those that were really afraid that maybe United might lose Erik ten Hag if at all Sir Jim comes in through, you have to relax and float. It's done and dusted. This guy is willing to obviously have Erik ten Hag on the job. Amidst a story coming in through and confirming us that he's going to be responsible for running the sporting plans, and he'll be able to decide on the manager, director of football, and similar positions, Ten Hag is 100% safe. And how is he safe with Sir Jim? Jacobs Ben has told us that, understand Sir Jim Ratcliffe, if he gets board approval, will undertake 100 days review of the club. Ten Hag's job is not thought to be under threat, but a new sporting structure is likely to be considered. Paul Mitchell, one name under consideration for the sporting director role of Manchester United. Now, this is a very important bit. I know people have not yet moved on accepting that the Glazers have gone ahead to obviously do this, but these are things you should accept and obviously give no ear, because it has gone ahead to happen. The body sitting on Thursday, it's going to verify this guy's 25% bid, and you know why it's going to be given a go? Because the Glazers own the majority of the shares. 69% of the shares belong to the Glazers, and they're having Class B shares. That is it. So the entire Glazer family will vote for this, and obviously they remain with 40%. They're going to remain with 44%. That is it. Now, one thing that I've not gone ahead to really know is that there is another way of obviously kicking the Glazers out of this club if at all Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants it. He can obviously come in through and really tell the Glazers and really buy the 31% shares. And if at all he buys the 31% shares, we'll be having 56 percent, meaning that will be the majority shareholder of the club of Manchester United. But remember, even though he really gets that percentage, his shares won't be Class B shares. The Glazers are having twice. So it's really hard to get these Glazers out. But I think time has really come to the level of United getting rid of the Glazers, and it's a step in a wrong direction that we believe will see these Glazers get out in the next 3 years from the club. But we've always gone ahead to obviously talk about the sporting culture at Man United, as it's really ill-mannered. And this time around, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is coming through and really take this club to where it deserves to be in as far as the sporting culture is concerned. He will be responsible for getting the new manager of Manchester United. He'll be responsible for obviously doing the needful, like director of football, technical director, scouting system of Man United, and obviously rectifying this into a better way. And Ten Hag is safe. Even the Athletic has went ahead to confirm to us that Erik ten Hag's job is going to be safe. Right? This is Athletic, that Erik ten Hag's job is going to be safe under Sir Jim, because he believes that if he gives him what he wants, then that's when he can really evaluate his levels of performances. And you've seen Erik ten Hag performing under Sherwood conditions at Man United, and what is going to happen if at all he's being given what he really requires in for, like having a competent sporting director. Remember, I've been linked to that of Atletico Madrid, but Paul Michu is one of those that is being linked to Manchester United. Paul Michu has gone ahead to work with Spurs, RB Leipzig, and Monaco. He knows exactly what players the club really needs. He'll even get in those next would-be good talents. He can negotiate deals, because you've seen him negotiate with teams like Real Madrid on the sale of Olio Chomini to that side, and very many other players from Monaco. He brought in the likes of Song Heung-min, I think, at Spurs, and he worked well with Pochettino. So we all know how good the club is going to be if at all Erik ten Hag really gets in this man as a technical director, as a director of football. And I want to see this guy leaving. That is John Mata. John Mata should leave the club of Manchester United because he's incompetent and he doesn't get to do his job well. The CEO, Richard Arnold, I think also really deserves to leave because he has never done this job anywhere. We need a person who has gone ahead to do this elsewhere to really give us the best that we deserve as a club of Manchester United. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world by name and by fans, but by not with the trophies we're gonna hate to win in the last decade, because we are thriving onto the legacy that Sir Alex Ferguson really said at this club of Manchester United for the 20 plus years he was at the club of Manchester United. Yet you would obviously want us to get back to where we deserve to be. And how do we get to where we want to be? By obviously going to really make it better from the top, because Erik ten Hag is okay at the bottom, but the top is rotten. What is rotten? We all know. The CEO is not competent, the director of football is not competent, the technical director is not competent, and if at all those three are not competent, there is no way obviously going to make some good sporting decisions at the club of Manchester United. So that is what is happening at the club of Man United. Erik ten Hag is safe, and Paul Michu is expected to come in through and obviously take us to the next level where we deserve. So I think this helps us to obviously get what we call a breather as far as this is concerned, because we've been having lots and lots of pressure on what this is going to happen. As predicted, that around October, that's when a decision is going to be made, and obviously Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes in through to obviously take us to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. So I'm really happy that this is going to have to come to an end. Now we wait and see what he's going to do. And I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is really wise, and he knows that one of the positives that are going to have to happen to the club of Manchester United recently has been the manager Erik ten Hag. And you cannot obviously displace him before displacing the people that we believe are really not okay at the club. I don't know whether he's signed a contract with the Glazers and decided to keep Richard Arnold and what guy and John Mata the club, but all I know is that he's going to change these people because they are incompetent. These people are employees of the club. They've gone ahead to see us sink this club deeply. We've not gone ahead to obviously do signings early enough. And if at all I see to it that he really takes them off and gets in others, that's the biggest anticipation I'll be in for this summer. Because when you say he's going to obviously gate 100 days, his first 100 days at the club of Man United, count November, December, and January, meaning that these people are going to be evaluated until the 31st of January, meaning that they'll be given the time they deserve to obviously get through that. And that means we can only get new recruitments to start the job at the club of Manchester United for the summer. Even if they come in February or March, they'll be going to do those transfers for the summer. That is it, coming in from none other than the responsible people at Manchester United, and this guy has gone ahead to take over 25%. Now, Samuel Lucas, United correspondent for the Manchester Evening News, he has confirmed us that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani desperately attempted to convince the Glazers to sell Man United, but ultimately the club's United is the current United's club valuation of 2.64 billion pounds was the reason behind Sheikh Jassim's decision to pull out of the bidding process. That is it. So he believes the club of Manchester United is worth 2.6 billion pounds, and that is like $4 billion. But these people, the Glazers, wanted 6 billion pounds, almost times 3 the amount of money the club is worth. So that's why he pulled out, and his utmost offer was 5.2 billion pounds for the Glazers. And one will ask, why did they accept the deal of Sir Jim Ratcliffe? Because that deal of Sir Jim Ratcliffe keeps them at the club of Manchester United, getting dividends, and is going to buy them out in 3 years. Meaning that if he's to pay 25% of the shares that the Glazers own, that is 69%, that means for every 25% of the shares, of the Glazers they're having, that is 69, it's going to cost 1.4. So now, if the 100% is 69%, that means if 25 has gotten for that, that means you have to multiply by 4 to get how much money they are getting from Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That means 1.4 times 4, that is 6.4 billion pounds. That's what the Glazers are getting for their shares, meaning that they would have gone ahead to get 6 billion pounds and for only their shares, meaning it won't be a full sale. Then Sir Jim Ratcliffe will have to go out and convince the other shareholders to buy them out. So that's why the Glazers wanted this deal to happen, because they saw to it that it's giving them a stay at Man United, get the 6.4 after 3 years, and that will go on well for them. And trust me, they're obviously going to do this. They're going to get the 1.4 billion pounds, and they're going to invest it in the club of Manchester United by going ahead and saying that we are left with 44, right? We are left with 44% of our shares, and we are 5. So let's redistribute these shares in ourselves such that we start getting dividends, and then when the other money comes in through the balance of 5.4, then we'll obviously get it to where we want it to be. So that is it, coming in through from the side of the Glazers and how they failed Sheikh Jassim Al Thani to take over the club of Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching through. Rokan David remains my name. Your thoughts are welcome in the comment section below. Erik Ten Hag job safe under Sir Jim. Paul Michu coming in through as the director of football, because they know each other with Sir Jim very well, as they've all been working in France. Paul Michu has been working for Monaco, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe was the owner of Nice in France. So I sign out for now. See you later. And we now know why he had to put his club on sale, because he had a concrete assurance coming in from the Glazers that he's going to take over the club. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out.